Let's talk about betrayals and how if we were to stay stuck on the betrayals we have experienced and not heal from them, we would be living in a mental prison, a self imposed mental prison. The reason being that we're able to escape that. We have free will. And the same way we use free will to be negative, to want to inflict pain onto others, to choose things that don't benefit our greatest good, the same way we can choose to use our free will to do something that would actually be beneficial for ourselves, such as heal and not repay evil with evil. The reason why I'm saying that is because I've experienced so much betrayal in my life that if I were to come here and sit here and be like, oh my God, my mother betrayed me, my brother betrayed me, my father left me, my husband betrayed me, literally, I have had so much betrayal in my life that that's why I write books. That's why I write books, because it's one is a great form to alchemize things, and the other one is that it's a great form of healing, right? And so instead of me staying with everything that's going on inside of me, I go ahead and I put it in something beneficial and something that could go ahead and help the world. And so if we were to just pick up on a different mentality of, instead of being consumed by our pain, consumed by the betrayals, consumed, we can go ahead and choose to heal. We can go ahead and turn our pain into power. A lot of the things that we have gone through, other people go through them as well. No one's story is better than anybody's. This is not a championship of like who's been hurt the most. It's more of like who has ascended from the pain, who has evolved from the hurt, who can teach and lead with the experiences, knowledge gained from the pain. Because the same way that like when you go to school and you learn and you pass a test and you get a grade and you get proud of, the same way like when we go through trials and tribulations through life, where we can go through the trials and tribulations, gain the experience, gain the knowledge, and in the record of the universe, we gain a trophy. We level up with experience, with wisdom, with knowledge. And so we could carry that on and pass it on to other people and help others heal. So it wasn't for nothing, right? If you look at it with that aspect, it wasn't for nothing. It wasn't for it wasn't for nothing. Even the fact that it was painful, whatever event it was, right? It taught you something. If we really look at it, it taught us something. And this world is set up in such a way for us to be preoccupied with things that really don't matter. And they put it in our face so much so that we use all of our energy and focus all of our attention on things that really don't benefit us. And we don't see it because we're so consumed by it. We go with the programming, we get stuck in like a web of things that really don't benefit us at all. They're not for our greatest good. And we're not able to see it. We're not able to understand it. And we don't see that we're not able to see it because we're programmed to just follow the flow or go with the flow. And that's what we do. So I speak about, like, I wanted to touch base on betrayal because I've been betrayed to my core. And a lot of the betrayals that I went through were things that I was allowing to happen. I kind of had a blindfold on myself. It's like people put a blindfold on me, but I also put a blindfold on myself. And so A lot of the betrayal was self-induced. Like a lot of the pain was self-induced because I kept choosing to stick around those people, to go with the flow when it came to certain programming that was literally just deteriorating me from my core. And until I didn't choose to take a stand and choose myself and love myself and remove those people from my atmosphere and let go of those habits, then the same cycles will continue to repeat, the same betrayals will continue to repeat. And the crazy part was that not only were like it was like a whole reflection of the entire universe. It was like betrayal, 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 but it was because at my core I was betraying myself. So of course what reflected outside of me, the people that came around me, they would do the same because I was doing it to myself. So once I decided to take a stand and choose myself, which is a form of self-love, then at that point, then my outside world then now changes. What the universe sends me now is different because one, I'm able to identify betrayal when I see it because now I've learned a lesson. No matter who it comes from now, I'm able to identify it and choose not to engage and not indulge and not to accept it because or approve of it because that's not something that I do to myself anymore and I don't allow others to do unto me. Right? And then two, with self-love comes self-respect. Right? So because I respect myself, I no longer betray myself. And because I respect myself, I don't allow others to disrespect me. And so I carry myself with a presence of I don't demand respect, like my whole demeanor requires it. That's just like what my personality says. That just like my whole aura completely has shifted because I give that to myself. So I don't have to be demanding respect or forcing people to love me or respect me. It kind of like speaks for itself because of all the healing work that I've done. I walk into a room and that's just what that is. And with that comes a lot of hate from people who don't love themselves. That's okay. That's not our problem anymore, because we are at a different level and we come here to learn. We come here to grow. We come here to evolve. We come here to experience life. And that doesn't mean repeating the same cycles over and over and over again. It doesn't mean going through the same thing over and over again to please other people or to accommodate anybody's ego. Because at the end of the day, once you do the healing work, the only person that you're competing against is yourself. That's one. And two, when you see your ego, you put your ego on check. Like at least I do that. Like I know when my ego is coming out, and I'll put it on check, right? And three, when balancing our light and darkness, we understand that both are needed. We just choose to operate at a certain frequency because we understand that that's just more beneficial for us. That we don't need to operate in our shadows at all times because then we're going to get more of that from the universe because we have learned that the more that what we give out is what we get back, right? So if you're operating from your lower self or you're operating from I'm hurt, my betrayals, this such and such did this and I was hurt and right, you're going to get more of that. And people are going to abuse the fact that you've gone through that. They're going to take advantage of those betrayals. And actually, that's how spiritual warfare works. In order for spiritual warfare to work, they have to have something to attach it to. So those wounds, those betrayals, the hurt, the pain, what happened when you were a child, what happened in your teenage years, what happened as you're an adult when you were in addictions and stuff like that, that's what they're going to use to attach whatever entity they send to you. So it's important that we heal because we're in a spiritual battle that we don't see.